So by now, you maybe have heard that the Fed has cut interest rates for the first time in quite a long time. And a lot of my real estate friends are excited about that because they see that as a positive for the market. But I see it, there's really three ways the market could go. Real estate market could go based on the Fed lowering interest rates. Well, the first way is potentially interest rates going down, meaning more buyers can now afford more houses, so then prices would start to go up because there'll be more demand. Secondly, this could cause some worries in the market. The Fed lowering interest rates might have some potential negative ramifications with the economy, and so that might cause prices to go down. Or the third option is maybe it's somewhere in between because the Fed is only one component, interest rates is only one component of the overall real estate market. So let me give you a little bit more details. So on the first one, real estate prices could go up because interest rates have come down, and interest rates coming down has an impact on the prices for mortgages, the mortgage interest rate. For example, the interest rate has come down maybe a half a percent or so here recently from the all-time highs or from the highs, most recent highs. And as interest rates come down on mortgages, that means that a person can afford a bigger house because their payment will be lower because of the cost of the interest. Now, with that lower cost, then that would then drive up more demand potentially for houses, and so then house prices would increase. And so this is probably the most touted result of lower interest rates that I've seen talking with friends and across social media when it comes to real estate prices. However, the second is a likely option. It's maybe not the most likely option, but it could happen. Historically, when the Fed has started cutting rates, that means the economy is slowing down. Sometimes even it has meant in the past that whenever they started cutting rates, we were heading into or already in a recession. Now, I don't want to cause panic or worries because that doesn't necessarily always have to happen. But at the same time, if the Fed is lowering interest rates, that means they do see something going on. They want to ease money so that there's more money in the system. And one impact that could have is if there are layoffs that are coming or have started to come that maybe we haven't really quite heard about. If people are losing their jobs, then they're not going to be able to buy houses. So that could actually have an impact of, even though interest rates are lower, a related effect may be layoffs sometime in the near distant future. And then that would then cause home prices to potentially drop because there are less buyers in the market. And then the third option, like I mentioned, is maybe it's somewhere in between. We have the labor market does seem to be fairly strong currently. And interest rates coming down means that there may be people may be able to afford more of a house, and real estate prices have come up pretty substantially in the past few years. And so, with all these factors combined, it seems reasonable that we could have just a steady as you go type of real estate market where we maybe don't have the same skyrocketing effect that we had coming out of COVID, but we still potentially have some positives moving forward. And ultimately, I bring this up because most of my clients, most folks listening to me, they're wondering, is now a good time to buy a house? Or is later a good time to buy the house? And for me, it really comes down to your personal situation, not so much what's going on in the market. But that is how I think the Fed interest rates, dropping rates would impact the market potentially. Of course, this is all educational material, right? And I am giving this talk September 30th, 2024. So that data matters as well. So thanks for listening. I hope you found it valuable. My name is Kyle Newell. I'm a financial advisor here in the Winter Garden, Florida area, just outside of Orlando. And I hope you take good care. Bye bye.